What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, I'm going to show you guys how to replace the distributor on your 240SX. Alright, so this guy right here is going to be your distributor, and this sensor right here goes to your crank angle sensor. Alright, so on my car I had to remove the intake filter that was on the turbo just to get that out of the way, but if your car is not turbocharged, then you probably won't need to do that. So first step is to remove this wiring harness on your crank angle sensor. So for this job, you're going to want to make sure that your piston number 1 is at top dead center. So you're going to remove this guy here, and then you're going to remove your spark plug so you can tell where your piston's at. So now you're going to want to grab some extensions, that way you can put it down here, and you can tell when your piston is all the way at the top. So then you can grab your breaker bar and your 27mm socket and turn the motor over by hand. Alright, next you're going to want to make sure that your spark plug wires are labeled, and then you can label your distributor just to make it easier on yourself with a paint marker, so that way you make sure you get everything in the right spot afterwards. And then next you're just going to unplug your spark plug wires. And now you're going to undo these 2 Phillips head screws on your distributor cover. And this bottom one was a little bit tighter than I expected, so I'm going to use a ratchet on this one. If you need to use a ratchet, it's a 7mm. So when you remove your distributor cap, your rotor is either going to be pointing to the right or to the left, and that's all depending on if your cylinder 1 is on your compression stroke or your exhaust stroke during the cycle. We want it facing to the left, so we're going to rotate it over by hand again until piston 1 is at top dead center with the rotor facing to the left. So as you guys can see now, the rotor is facing to the left and piston 1 is at the top of its stroke. So now you're going to remove these 2 10mm bolts and pull your distributor out. Alright, so when you put the new one in, you're going to want to line up your pin right here with this groove. Basically what that's going to do is when you insert your distributor into the hole there, it's going to rotate this pin, and this dot here is going to line up with that groove. So basically these are slotted so that way you can rotate your distributor and you can time it that way. But from what I've been told, it's always best to make sure that your bolts are centered as much as possible, and that'll give you your best chance of running perfectly. So now it's just time to tighten up your bolts. So now you're going to replace your distributor cap. They're numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so basically you'll want to make sure that this 1 right here is matched up with your rotor. And that's how you know you have your cap in the correct orientation. Now put your sensor harness back on. So now you're going to put the shroud back on if you have it. And then you've got your number 1 wire right there. Number 2 wire is at the top. Number 3 wire is at the bottom. And then number 4 wire on the far right. Now you just need to hook up your coil wire. Now it's time to put your spark plug back in and reconnect your plug wire. And that's all there is to it. If you found that helpful, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for future content. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.